It's much better. Who is there? Who is there? It's Aaron Intende. And today we have someone with us here. Hello, hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Let me just
We-
get rid of this stuff behind me. Just a second. Just a second. Sorry.
Everything we so hi Agatha.
Hi, Aaron. How are you? I don't know if it's your network or something. Kind of keeps breaking.
Yeah, they are coming. They are coming. I see a few of them coming.
Okay.
So let me start by introducing myself. I'm Aaron Intende and I'm in Massachusetts. So Agatha is our guest today. And surprisingly, I want this chat to be there at least twice or once a week if Agatha allows us to have her here. Uh, Possibly also we shall be inviting others like 3 people on the chat so we can discuss issues concerning Dvlottery, concerning America, concerning Uganda, and possibly to answer all your questions,
Yeah.
our viewers. So if you have any question, just put it under the comment. So I will ask Agatha to introduce herself for you guys.
Yeah. Sorry, just give me a second.
All right, take your time.
Yeah. Okay. That's better. Okay. Yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Racheal Agasha. I'm Ugandan. Based in Maryland. Yeah, Maryland is close to Washington D.C. and I'm Virginia. Yeah, I don't know what else I'm supposed to be saying in the introduction. But yeah, I'm really glad to
Okay.
be here. And thank you for
Yeah.
hosting me or inviting me or this, whatever this is.
First of all, about your name, it's not a common name. So
Well,
if I may use
mm-hmm.
mm,
No.
if I may use Agatha,
Mm-hmm.
because there's Agatha, then there's Agash. How do you pronounce it?
It's Agasha. Agasha and
Agasha. Okay.
Agatha is a Christian name, but Agasha is a surname, a last name.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's an interesting one. What does it mean?
Agasha, important, useful. So you need me in your
Wow.
life because I am an important. I bring an important. I bring an aspect of importance to your life. Something.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's great having you here. So could you please tell our viewers about you and uh, just an introduction about the reason why you're here and what should they expect from you, and a little bit about how you came to America.
Okay. So a little bit about me. I'm a content creator. I have a YouTube channel, Racheal Agasha, as well. Um, I'm a legal assistant, a paralegal, I should say. I work at a firm in the States, and I'm also I work with an NGO. I do some work with an NGO. How I came to the States, I moved to the States in August 2022. Like you guys know already, I won the DV lottery in I think it was the 2021, yeah. And I moved here in August 2022. Um, that is how I came to the States. Yeah, I think Oh, so what we're going to be talking about, like Aaron said already, you're going to be sharing anything that DV lottery. If you have any questions, like he said, um, just leave the questions in the comment section.
All right, all right. So today we're gonna start by Agasha telling us more about her journey to America through Dvlottery. We shall not take a long time narrating each and everything, but we shall try to bring it all in the few words. So what we can start with how did you get to know that you are selected? How did you apply? Tell us about that. And how did you know about Dvlottery?
Yeah, so I'm honestly those people who I had my life together in Uganda. I didn't plan on moving at any point in time. So how did I move? How did I know about the DV lottery? So it was my mom actually. I am a mommy's girl. I was a mommy's girl before I left. But my mom, it's my mom who, of course, I knew about the DV, but it was my mom who used to apply. So every other year, oh, Rachel, send the picture. Rachel, send the picture. And all I had to do was send the picture the whole time. And so she used to apply. Like I said, for me, honestly, there's no time when I saw myself living out of the country, living out of Uganda. So when it happened, when I was selected, how did I know I was selected? So on my birthday, 8th June 2021 at around 9 p.m., um, my mom was in her room and she calls me. She says, "Oh, you know what? I think you've been selected," because we were not sure. We did not know anyone who, okay, we knew someone who had been selected, like they had gone to, but they had been selected and moved to the States already. So they were like our point of reference. So she had checked because she's the one who kept checking. Because me, like I said, I didn't know about those things. I knew about the DV, but I didn't, like, I wasn't paying any attention to it. I'm like, you know what, whatever. So she calls me to her room. She's like, you know what, I think you have been selected. I'm like, okay, what do you mean? What is that even supposed to mean? So she shows me this that, I don't know what it is called. "Dear Rachel, you have been randomly selected, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, oh, okay. And I was speechless because at the moment I was in my third year of law school at UCU, and I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know how soon it was. I didn't know how soon I had to move. I didn't know what to expect. So I was honestly speechless. I had very mixed reactions. Yeah, so I sat there and my mom was telling me, and then she contacted this lady in the US. She was actually living in Massachusetts. She's like, "Oh, is this how this thing looks like?" So she's like, "Oh, did they send it via email?" She's like, "No, it's not email. I logged into the website and all
The
that stuff."
site? Okay.
Yes. And she's like, "Oh yeah, that's it. Oh my god, she has been selected,
Mhm.
blah blah blah." I'm like, "Okay." And the whole time I was just sitting there and I didn't know how to feel. I'm like, okay. But yeah, that is how I got to know. And yeah, I don't know if I answered the questions, all of them, but yeah.
Uh, yeah, you have done a great job there answering that question. Okay, what do you think? Maybe somebody is there applying, trying, applying, and maybe he knows a little bit about Dvlottery, not like the way you are. At least the developer and give them our experiences. So if somebody is trying to apply, failing to go through, is the process true? Should he still think about applying again, use the chances? Will they ever get a chance?
Yeah, so um, I will not lie and say we applied once or twice. No. So, like you can hear, it is the DV lottery. It is actually a lottery of like it is this whole, it's like betting, like how you decide to go and bet and all that stuff. So I applied. If honestly, I can count the so many times I had to send the pictures to my mom. It was not once, it was not twice, it was not thrice. And at the point when Donald Trump was president, we never bothered to apply. Yeah. But it could have been 5 to 6 times. Like I said, either 4 or 5 or 6. My mom would have the exact number because she is the one who used to like throw in the applications for all of us. But it was not once. So what I could tell someone out there who's trying to apply and all that stuff, you just have to keep applying because first of all, it's free of charge. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have anything to lose. Yeah. And I could swear that at some point I think we used the same picture because they keep telling, oh, you use a different picture, which is true. I mean, I don't know if that changes anything, but just keep applying because I know people who have applied for the very first time and got selected, but I wasn't selected on my first try. So all I can say is keep applying. You have nothing to lose. You keep applying and keep moving on with your life. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. He's saying hi. Okay. Wait. All right. All right. So we have some of our questions here. My son is gonna disturb us, but guys, just bear with it. Okay. Wait, wait. So Agatha, what we should do? Uh, we have a question here. Are you seeing the questions?
Yes, yes.
Can you please try to answer a few questions so I can help my son with the TV?
Sure thing. Um okay. Hi everyone. Hi. Someone asked okay. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, Aaron will make that video because he definitely knows how to the process of unlocking the DS260 form. He will do that.
About some questions, we will do separate video about them,
Okay.
like unlocking the DS260.
Mhm. I think that would be when the whole selection happens. I think after the selection thingy, because I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
T- Today, I want us to talk more about applying and getting selected. And since people are waiting for results in May, this
Mm-hmm.
will be a good topic to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you take them through like how to, like how does it take like getting selected, like when you apply? Can you tell them about that?
Okay, so when you apply, I know that it's a really short process to apply for this whole DV thingy. So you apply and you wait. So oftentimes we apply in I think October, November. I think from October, September. Is it
From
normally
October.
October? Yeah,
From
October to November. Yes. Yes. So you apply and wait because normally the results come out in May. And like I said, for me, I actually found out in June. So I did not know if I took long to actually find out because like I said, we are not those people of, oh, we now have to check all this or that. So if the results come out in May, for me, my mom checked in June, so I found out in June. So I think I delayed for like a whole month, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I answered the question though. What's the
Yeah, someone is saying myself, I started applying in 2017 till last year when I got selected. Glad to have been selected and got my 2NL ready, interviewed for April.
Congratulations, Max. Congratulations. We hope to see you or meet you sometime somewhere in the on the streets of
Yeah,
some sort.
yeah. I
Yeah,
believe he's happy now because the whole process is
I know.
like
I know.
got 2NL already, interview scheduled for April.
Yeah.
We wish you luck for the interviews.
Yeah.
And we shall also do another video about the interview in specific.
Yeah.
So today we're talking more about the journey of applying, the journey of getting selected.
Yeah. Patrick,
So
you're asking about the case number. So there's no way I would remember my case number. Also, you would never remember your case number. So what happens is you have the confirmation number. People normally, I mean, I was in a situation where, after you apply, they give you the confirmation number. Um, I lost my confirmation number. Like after I had you get it and then you ought to like I think fill out the DS260 and all that stuff. So as we're doing that back and forth and everything, I lost my confirmation number. So the case number, you get the case number after you've, how is it called? I think after as you fill in your, I think
the,
DS260.
the, the case number is like this. First, when you apply, we always apply in October to November. When you apply, you're given a confirmation number, which you will use while checking your results.
Mm-hmm.
Results always come the next year after applying. That is uh, around May. So around May, you will use that confirmation number to find out whether you are selected. First of all, your date of birth confirmation number and your last name. That's what you always have to use. So if you don't have it, there is a process of retrieving your confirmation number before even finding out whether you're selected or checking the results. So you'll first retrieve it if you don't have it. And I believe most of the people don't check because they lose their confirmation number and they don't know about getting it back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that also happened to you, Agasha, just the way you
How
say it.
is there a way? Because when I lost mine, for some reasons I had written down the case number and all those other things that I needed to know, but I did not write down my confirmation number. So I looked. They normally say, oh, if you've lost your confirmation number, you can email us and all that stuff. I did that and no one ever got back to me. So first of
Actually,
all,
what I think for you, you never lost it in the first place. You
yes,
lost it after even filling the DS260. Maybe you felt like it
exactly.
wasn't that important, so
Thank
you left it out, like you lost it. So you went on, but as time goes on, sometimes they will ask you, like, maybe you need to revisit the site. You need that confirmation
I
number.
actually, yeah, I needed to revisit for some other stuff, something, yeah, because the only way you access the portal is with your confirmation number. So the
Yeah.
easiest thing, okay, what the one thing that we were not doing that we should have done, or so you see, if you're using, let's say, a laptop or maybe your phone, it actually, you know how you have prompts or suggestions. That is how I was able to retrieve my confirmation number. So you go, like, you're trying to type in
Oh,
and everything, like how you're trying to type in your name, and then they give a suggestion. Gotcha.
like auto refillers.
Exactly. So
I know that. Wow.
that is how I was
Wow.
able to retrieve my confirmation. But I mean, is there another way? Because I would like to know if there's another way.
There is
Besides.
another way using the same site. There is another way. It's there. There's a lot of videos about that, and we shall be making one since the results are coming. I'll be making one for those who lost their confirmation numbers. I have a few of my followers who ask me that they lost their confirmation number. So I tell them to wait until results are out. That's when we shall retrieve and do the rest of the things for them. So uh uh I can see, hey Agatha, first of all, congratulations being among the winners. Just one question. How long did it take for you to receive your passport once you get the green card? I think we can answer that.
So I've only lived here for a year. So I don't know, do they mean the American passport?
I think he's talking about how long does it take for you to receive your passport once you get the green card. I think it's talking about, it's a general question about once you reach here, like you got your green card in hand, how long does it take for you to get the passport?
I don't think you get a passport until you're a citizen, and as a green card holder,
I think it's the same question like when will you get the citizenship?
yeah. So as a green card holder, you get your citizenship, I think 5 years after. I was reading somewhere, and they were saying you could actually apply to become citizen earlier than 5 years, but I mean, what is the rush? I personally would wait for the 5 years, but yeah, I think you get the passport right after you've been sworn into, citizenship and all that stuff. So it would take you 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Max, you have been answered. So, to take you back to the applying and getting selected, uh, first of all, right about now, the DV 2024 is the one which is current. The fiscal year for DV 2024 is from October 2023 to September 2024. So we are right in the middle. We are right
Mm-hmm.
in the middle. And the the upcoming one, that is DV 2025. The
Mm-hmm.
upcoming DV 2025 is for those who applied last year in October and November, from October 5th to November 9th. So they applied, they are going to receive their results this year in May, around May 5th, May 7th, around there.
Mm-hmm.
So when they receive uh, their results, their interviews will be beginning in the month of October 1st, and it will end next year, 2025, next year, September 29th. So the ongoing one is DV 2024, and I believe many of you, our viewers, are coming from the DV 2024 and DV 2025. Probably also DV 2026, the one which will come next after. So, today we are kindly discussing about the journey from applying and getting selected, and a little bit about Agasha's Agasha's journey to America. So she's the one telling us more about her journey to America. Agasha, can you please tell them about uh, when did you receive your results and how was it? How was that day? Like that you are selected. Tell us more about that in specific.
Oh, let's first answer this, Max. So Max,
Which one?
I think he meant after the interview. So, to answer Max,
After
I
the
did my
interview? Okay.
yeah, I did my interview in Nairobi. I don't know. I think all of us from Uganda do from Nairobi, unless things have changed. So when I went to Nairobi, um, I think I could connect that to the question that you just asked me and then just, like keep going. So you asked me about how I found out about my results. So like I said, it was my mom who found out and then she told me about the results and everything. Did you mean the results of I was selected or the results of
Getting selected,
oh,
like
okay. So getting
the
selected
around May. I don't know when you got it. You said you got it in around June.
June.
That's when you found out. Just tell us more about that. Then you continue with his question.
Okay. So I found out in June. And like I said, I had very many mixed feelings because I was in school, I was at uni, I was in law school, I was in my third year of law school. And of course, the first thing was okay, degree menye. I've struggled with this degree up to this point. I mean, I can't be leaving this degree halfway. I need to first finish school because at that point I didn't have so much information about the DV. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how soon they wanted me to be out of this country. I did not know a thing. So I knew, in fact, it took me a while to fill my DS 260 because I sorry, that was a phone call. Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. So I talked I it took me a while. Can you see me?
Your camera is off.
That's weird. I don't know why.
Just try to touch the screen. It will bring those options.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, no. Got it.
I don't know why it
You can try using the link again.
okay.
Wait. Wait, I'm doing Sorry about my son. So we are trying to reconnect with Agasha. He just went off. Wait, what do you want? Just want this? All right, Agasha is coming back. Ah, there she is.
Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I went to interviews. Okay. So, like I said, so I really wanted to first finish school. I didn't want to leave my degree halfway. So of course that was one of the mixed feelings. And I'm like, okay, I have my whole life here, blah blah blah. Also, I'm going to a foreign country. I don't know people there. I honestly didn't know anyone here. I didn't know anyone in this country. So I'm like, okay, that is going to be harsh, but okay. So the beauty is that when you're selected, you don't leave like immediately. Yeah. Because it took me like a whole year for them to schedule my my interview. Yeah. Because I was selected, I found out in June and my interview was scheduled in July July 2022. So I found out
Wow,
in June 2021 and my interview was July 15th, 2022. So
wow,
of course, after a while, I realized, okay, because I finished school in April 2022, so the timing was kind of perfect. And I was able to graduate. So by the time I left, I'd finished graduation and everything. So to answer Max's question, after the interview, if your visa has been approved, they retain your passport for a week, because normally they'll ask you for a DHL where you'd want to pick your passport from, and in a week's time, you go to this DHL and pick your passport. So it takes normally a week for you to be able to receive your passport. Yeah. I don't know if that answers your question, Max, but it would take you a week. They'll get back to you. They actually send it to the DHL where you want you, okay, the DHL that you indicated, because they ask you for this address before you actually come for the interview. So when they finish processing and stamping and putting your visa in your passport, they send it to the DHL address. You go and pick it up. You show up with your ID. You don't just show up, you have to show up with an ID to show that you're actually the owner of this passport. Yeah.
Oh, okay. To add on that, what I can say, after your interview, for example, on Monday you done with your interview and you are approved. Tell you they always give you a green document to give you the further instructions that you're going about how you're going to get your passport, about the that you have been approved. So that is like a receipt, or if they don't give you green that one will mean something else. So through that green document, you're going to find information about you applying for you registering with DHL. So you're going at a branch of your choice. Ugandan always uh, ask or inform Ugandans to try to use Kisumu, because Kisumu is near to Uganda. As soon as you come all the way to Nairobi, for those who will be leaving interviews, because me, I had to leave because I didn't want to incur a lot of costs, and even I wanted to relax. I never wanted to pressurize, like stay in Nairobi, wait for my passport. No, I didn't like that kind of situation, so I had to leave. And another thing I will be telling you is, do not use your passports while entering Kenya. For the Ugandans, don't use your passport. Use your, remember, when they retain your passport at the embassy, you won't have your passport if you want to leave.
Yeah.
So once you reach the borders, they will ask, where's your passport, the one you used to enter to Kenya? Entry visa, let me call it visa, or stamps. So you guys use your IDs, or else if you use your passport, print out that information, that stamp they put into your passport. Just print it out, have a copy, so that when you're coming back to Uganda, you have to use that copy.
Yeah. In fact, what happened
So
for me, I mean, I didn't actually think about it. I mean, with the whole East African community, we can actually use the IDs. But for me, I think, because it was really random. Because when we traveled in the night, and we got to the what is it called, the border, and I think, okay, they were checking both IDs and passports, and they
they do, yeah.
stamped in my passport. Yeah. For me, I was living with family in Nairobi, so there was no rush for me to come back to Uganda and all that stuff. So I could have waited. Now, you see, what's funny was, when I was leaving, they didn't stamp out of like I am now leaving Nairobi. So I
Okay.
reached. There's a point. I don't know. I don't know if it was. I don't know what point it was. So they're checking our passports, and this guy's like, "Oh, they didn't stamp out." Okay.
That was, I believe, that was at the airport coming to America, because it happened to me too.
Yeah.
They have to check for those stamps in and out. So they will ask you, you entered Nairobi and you don't have
You
an
did
exit stamp. Why?
exactly. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know because I couldn't explain the situation. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm glad they
You
did.
know that the immigrant officers are always threatens you, like you're going to go and get it.
I know. I know. I just looked at her. I'm like, you know what? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know because these guys should have known to stamp out. But then, and you know, these guys do not know that. They do not know that. So I just told them, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know because I didn't know what was I supposed
Yeah,
to say.
actually, when you're polite and calm and seriously, you tell them, I don't know how it happened. They tend to, okay, next time don't do it.
Yeah.
But this isn't right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are answering your question, guys. How many days does it take for you to pick it from the passport from DHL? Okay. So as I was telling you guys, on that green document, there is information about you registering for DHL, and you have to give tracking your passport through your, you can get an email or you can get a text. So from site, you will pick the nearest branch you want to use. Then afterwards, registering DHL and all that is done. After that date, you will start getting text like now the passport as the visa has been stamped and it's on its way to your DHL choice, branch choice. So what happens? They always say you give it 4 to 5 working days.
5 business days.
4 to 5
Yeah.
working days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but surprisingly, some people even receive it within 3 days.
Okay.
They receive.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's always depending
On the day when
on
you
the
do
queue at
the,
the embassy.
yeah, even the day when you do your interview. That's true. Because personally, I did my interview on Friday, and
Okay.
actually before I even did my interview, there's a form that they ask you to fill to show. I mean, I was selected in 2021, so things could have changed by now, really. But
Okay.
before you actually do the interview, they ask you for the DHL address where you want your thingy to go. Personally,
Can I add something about that?
mhm,
Uh, Before you do your interview, remember they send you the we call it 2NL. When they send you that 2NL, they give you a link. So in that link, there is a place where you have to register for your interviews. So through registering your interviews, remember the embassy, however much the embassy has got, knows that you're coming, you have to register to show them that you know what's going on. Like you
yeah,
have to register and give them uh, some information about who is coming with you. So to register your interview will be through the link after getting the 2NL. So you will register, you'll put your details, you put your derivatives information too, that you're coming with them to the American embassy. And what happens? Uh, uh, what happens? So after registering, they have that information. So when you reach there, so you can add something from there.
yeah. So after the interview, like Aaron already said, they will. they'll give you that form. So of course, 5 to 4, depending, because my interview was Friday, so it depends. So the DHL address that you put, they keep telling you, because I personally got an email and they were telling me, oh, your passport is ready, you can now pick it up. So Max is asking, are you notified? But you're not notified by the embassy. The embassy business ends after you've received the form, the green form. So the DHL office is actually the one that lets you know that your passport has arrived. And yes, you need your ID. Your national ID will definitely suffice when you're picking up the passport.
About this, like, thank you so much for the response. Are you notified by the embassy when your passport and visa are ready? Is my national ID accepted when picking my passport? Okay. When you ask that, are you notified by the embassy? There is a website. There is a general website that is the Dvlottery website. When you go there, there is a website where you can track your, we call it UESC, where you check your status. There is that website where you check your status. I've ever made a video about it. So when you check your status, for example, you have that interview date, it will show that you're you're scheduled. First of all, before even showing your schedule, before even getting that 20, it will show like uh, at NVC. Then it will show transition. Then when transition, then it will show scheduled. That is when you're scheduled. So after scheduled, it will show approved. You hope you're getting me. So that's where you can track your status, especially for those who will be pending. Like your status will be pending. You will check your status from there. Like it's pending, they're waiting for you for missing documents, or it will show denied. Can you add something about that? And you are trying to tell us something like in between, like before your interview, there is something about the information you provide to the embassy. There's something you try to tell us about that. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. I don't remember.
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, was it about the DHL?
About the DHL, yeah. How
Yes.
you get to the DHL?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I remember when I was filling in the information, they ask for which DHL. So they provide for me. They provided options of the DHLs that were near me according to where it is that you're going to be staying. In case you have maybe family in Nairobi, the DHL that is close to you would be a good option. So for me, I chose one that was near me. Yeah, because when you after you, I think you talked about it when they're asking you where you're going to do your interview from. Of course Nairobi. Then they show they show that, because you put in, how should I say it? They show that DHLs near you, near to where you're going to be living. So it's up to you to know that, okay, this DHL is close to me. I can tell them to send my passport here because I can easily access it from here. Yeah. Rebecca
Yeah.
is asking if you pay for the DHL. No, you don't. I mean, I didn't have to pay unless Aaron, did you pay? I didn't pay for
Uh,
DHL.
I think I think the embassy caters for that
Yeah.
through the services they are giving us. The DHL is a bonus.
Mm, yeah.
And about this DHL, you have to take DHL as a sensitive thing. Like when you're going to DHL, carry documents too to show that
Yeah.
you really coming to receive your passport and the passport is yours.
Yeah.
And if you have your wife, you cannot pick your wife's passport. You can only pick for your kids. Your wife has to come in person, or else you have to get a letter from a lawyer. Is it called an affidavit
An
of support
affidavit
too?
support. Yeah.
Yeah. So me personally, I messed up. I went to Kenya to pick my wife's passport. They could not give it to me, so I had to call my wife to go and get an affidavit. Like getting an affidavit in Uganda, you have to go to like you have to take a taxi, go to a lawyer's office again. Now you have to deal with the lawyer, this and this. You have to pay some money there.
Mm-hmm.
So just to make it things work in a smooth way, just find a way to get that affidavit as soon as possible and go with it if you are not taking your wife or you're not taking your husband.
Yeah, and
So
I
they
think
will,
they. Sorry. Keep.
it's all right. You can continue from there.
Yeah, and I think they do that because they give you that envelope. You know that there's an envelope that they give you along with your passport. Now, this envelope, they will tell you clearly, the instructions read, do not open this envelope. You're supposed to leave this envelope at the port. So I think because there's so much sensitive information in there, they do not want to 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 be giving this passport to someone who's not supposed to be getting it. Um okay.
All
Uh
right.
yeah.
So you can go through the questions. There is somebody asking there. You can try to answer their questions.
Okay. So what documents do you leave at the embassy? So all of the documents that you've been collecting the entire time. Yeah. And just to be specific and to be clear, you need originals of most of everything. For your academic documents, you need certified copies and originals, because at the embassy they photocopy practically everything that you carry, everything that you take to the embassy, and then they give these things back to you. So what documents do you leave at the embassy? You leave everything: your letter of good conduct, your academic documents, your everything, practically everything that you've been collecting through the process. Because when you get there, they'll ask you for the things that they need, and then they'll take those, they'll make photocopies of those things. You need the tax returns of your host, you need their ID. All those things remain at the embassy, and normally they photocopy and give you back your original. So those are the documents, some of the documents that you leave at the embassy.
What I can add on that, guys, don't wait for the embassy to photocopy for you. It's already written, like take a copy of whatever you're having. At
Mhm.
least take one or two copies. Don't wait for the embassy to copy, because when you reach at the embassy, there is no time. They have a lot of people, uh, 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 they are working on to their processing, onto
Mm.
their DV. They are having a lot. They have a queue. They have even people beyond DV lottery. So if you're there thinking they are going to photocopy for you, they are not. They are not a typing center.
Mm.
Let's respect them. Let's give them less of a work to do for us than us taking everything to them. Like you didn't fill up your derivatives DS260. They won't do that. You have to do it personally before going there. I've received many cases, me too personally. However much I knew about DV lottery, I didn't think they will ask DV lottery. They will ask a separate DS26 for my child or my wife. However
Mhm.
much I knew about it, I thought, okay, let's just go. We shall see from there. That is very dangerous. You
Oh
might
my
miss your opportunity.
god.
You might.
Those are one of the ways of how you miss. You can't do that.
People take it for granted. They
Oh my
think the
god.
embassy is there to help.
No,
Also,
oh
a
my.
friend of mine, same thing.
Oh wow.
He did not fill up something, like he wanted to change the host. So he said, okay, I will reach at the embassy. They will change the host for me. Guys, let us give less work for the embassy.
In fact, that reminds me when I went to do my interview, because of course they need the host's information like prior. Really, you need to have that information. I didn't have their ID. I didn't have my host's ID. So of course this lady asked me, "Oh, okay. Can I have the tax returns?" I gave her the tax returns. The affidavit. I didn't have an affidavit. My host didn't have that affidavit of support. She had just written a recommendation letter, and she had not given me her ID. So I'm looking at this lady. I'm like, you know what? Please, I don't have the ID. I don't have the ID, but I don't know. I think the tax returns or something, or the letter was sufficient. I don't know. But like you said, it is good to have all these things at hand. And I think people do not know that
Yeah.
when let's say I am selected, my entire family has been selected, my wife, my child, my and they are all independent individuals, because I understand all of them have visas to their names and all that stuff.
Let's say that those are all independent visas
Exactly. Yeah.
and DS260s.
Yeah, and I was watching a video once, and this guy was saying it's on a whole fast come fast serve. So if in situations like that where you forget, okay, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, filling out these people's DS260s and all that stuff, you're passed on, because they are limited visas. And I think it makes sense, because if they select me and I have 15 children and they have, let's say, 55,000 visas, and my one family has already taken 15, they're not going to wait for you. That is how people miss opportunities. So it's
Yeah,
important to really know. Yeah.
that's true. That's true. That's true. That's very true. About embassy, if you want to do something, do it before going to the
Yeah,
embassy.
you have to be
Please,
really
guys.
prepared. Yeah. Someone is asking, do you have to take both O and A level certificates? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I know, I don't think, do we? I don't think we certify certificates, O and A level certificates.
It's like this. It's like this. Why do we certify? Let's ask yourself, why do we certify? People, they don't get it when we tell them to certify. Certifying is you to prove that the certificate is genuine, but for the embassy, even the one which is not certified is okay. You can use that, it's okay. But why do we certify? We certify because we have enough time to do that. And once you come to America, a certified certificate carries a little bit of weight.
No way.
Like
Hmm.
if you're trying to verify it through the online services here for you to join the university, you can give them like two. This is not non-certified, this is certified. So you'll feel like, okay, I got it all. I'll just give it to them. But once you come with a certificate which is not certified, you will have these questions like, will they really think my certificate is genuine? Hope you understand what I'm saying. But you don't need to certify. And when you ask that, do they take both? No. If you have A level, they will take A level. If you have O level, there is a lot of questions there. Can you talk about that certificate of A level if you know much about it? That O
Honestly,
level certificate.
I know personally, I know that one thing I know that they don't care about the transcript, but they care about the certificate. So about the O and A level, I didn't certify my O and A level, but for the university, because I did a diploma in law, and then the bachelor's. So I had to certify those. And in fact, when you read the instructions, they want certified, like those ones have to really be certified. But O and A level, I mean, I don't know. You certify those from where? From UNEB? You go to UNEB and
Yeah,
certify?
you go to UNEP, then UNEP sends them to Minister of Foreign Affairs. Then they just put stamps.
Okay.
Then actually you make a colored copy of your original document. That's where they put stamps. And one thing I want to make clear, or I want to ask you if you know much about it. People ask, what if somebody ended in O level and it doesn't have A level? What do you think about that? What have you heard about that?
Well, honestly, I actually know people who were selected with their O level but didn't get approved after the interview. So I feel like the fact that the education system here is that, you know how they pay for the for education up to like high school. So I think the qualification is that you're at the same level as the students here. They kind of try to, I don't know, create a leveled ground or something. So there's a video that I was watching about the qualifications, and that was kind of the explanation that they gave. And they're like, if someone has like up to O level, they have to have, there's a way they call it, there's a name they call it, the equivalent, and they have particular, I don't know how they call it, the particular numbers for these, and it's for particular jobs. It's not like if you've been doing any kind of job for a particular. There's a way they call it. I forget, but
Like like credits, like
yes,
the way he should have performed in his A level should there are some credits they need, like hope that's what you're talking about.
so for O level, if you know how we finish O level and maybe you do a diploma in, let's say, like engineering or any,
Okay.
so
Okay,
there are
like a separate
particular,
certificate.
uh-huh, but then they have particular occupations and then the particular weights that they carry. So normally, if you do not have the A level certificate, you need to have that other equivalent, which is there's a way they classify it, and it's a bit tricky. So whoever,
Yeah.
also another thing that people normally ask is, do I have to have passed, or the A level and all that stuff? You don't have to have passed. You ought to have just finished it. Really, you just finish your. In fact, they said 12 years of of I think high
Study.
school. Yeah, study. Yeah.
Study. Okay. Okay. What she's trying to mean, like you have to have something to add on to your O level certificate. For example, maybe you did nursing. From O level, you did nursing. You did teaching. You did those recognized uh, careers.
Yeah.
There is a list. There is a list under the Dvlottery website of
Mhm.
the recognized careers. For example, uh, engineering, those careers which are recognized by America, like they they have a list of those careers. I never go through that because it's a very complicated
I know
topic when
it's
it comes to
hard.
that.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So what I always advise people is for them to go there so that when they win, they should tell us their stories. Because once we share people's stories that way, that's when we learn and
With
other
yeah,
people also take examples.
sure,
So,
sure.
because the qualifications are education, then also supporting documents. So
Hmm.
via education, they say you need a high school equivalent. That is GED. GED is the high school diploma. That is A level for Uganda, A level. For Kenya, they always tell us something similar to that. Tanzania also they tell us something similar to that. But you have to have A level. That with A level, either you failed or not, you automatically go. That's what I believe. I checked
Yeah.
one of my one of my followers, she never did very well, and she was like, "They're not going to to approve me." I told her, "Relax. The only good thing you have it. Just go
Yeah.
there. Don't care about anything. Just go there. Just take your face there and be happy. They're going to approve you." And after that, she was like smiling, like, that they approved us. I told her, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have
So
to
that
have fast it really.
so somebody saying I thought they consider high school diploma, which is equivalent to A level. I don't think O level is required. That is true. O level, don't say I don't think O level is required. O level is required just to support. But
Mm,
if they don't take O level, they take A level. For O
mm,
level, for them to take O level, you have to support it. Sometimes you support it with work experience. And with work experience, even without studying, for those who have not studied but they have a work experience which is recognized by the American government,
mm.
according to the Dvlottery site, there is those recognized work experiences. It's also something which you need to go and really read through and even defend yourself. Once you're taking what you have Once you're taking work experience as your evidence, you have to go with supporting documents because they are not there to deny you. They are there to listen to you
True.
and also to give you the vision.
Yeah.
We are winding up for today, and we shall have another live. Probably we shall notify you guys. Thank you for being here. Uh, just to answer a little bit of your question, within 5 minutes, we shall go off. Agasha, you have something to tell them or to answer?
Well, I really don't have any much more to say. Um I mean, I'm really glad that I was here today. Uh we should have another live on my channel as well. So we can already
Sure,
those
sure,
guys
sure,
elsewhere.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. Uh, okay, okay, we shall. Okay, what I can say, please follow Agasha. Uh, please introduce your channel to them so they can know more about how to find you.
Yeah, my channel name is Racheal Agasha. When you type in Racheal Agasha, it should be able to pop up somewhere. Yeah.
Ask them to
So
follow. Ask them to subscribe.
yeah, you guys should subscribe. Should subscribe to my channel. I share almost the same things as Aaron does. Just that Aaron goes all the way and he makes this more interesting. But I share my experiences about the US. I share about the DV lottery. I share about different things. So yeah, when you check out that channel, just give us a shout out. You'll be like, oh yeah, I came from the live from Aaron's channel, and I'll be really glad. And I hope you have fun on the channel with us and grow with us as we go.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna wind up this video, but remember, we have also another live on Agasha's channel. So go there, subscribe, and try to follow up, and also comment. Through your comments, we shall be creating more discussions on our upcoming live videos.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.
Bye.